should be in right now.
Count. Ready. Cut.
Okay. Good afternoon. On behalf of our superintendent, Mr. Tony Orr, and our Board of Education, I'd like to welcome you to the Rotary Auditorium at Hamilton High School. My name is John Wilhelm, principal of Big Blue, and today we are honored to be joined by representatives of the U.S. Army, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, to recognize one of our student athletes as only one of 20 in the entire country to be named a finalist for the U.S. Army Pro Football Hall of Fame Award of Excellence. We are pleased to host today's presentation, which reflects positively on our entire student body and every member of our staff. It is an honor to have representatives from the United States Army and the Pro Football Hall of Fame travel here today to help us honor one of our own. As we always do at Hamilton High School, please stand as we recognize our national colors and Katie Vieira sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Katie, that was fantastic, and I want to thank you personally for coming and doing that for us. Well done. I'd also like to thank our Naval Junior ROTC program. They just returned from national competition in Pensacola, Florida, where they competed against 24 other units in the United States out of 600 units and finished in 14th place total. So well done, cadets. At this point in time, it's my distinct pleasure to introduce a special guest of Hamilton High School, Hall of Fame left tackle from the Cincinnati Bengals, Anthony Munoz, and our recipient today, Christian Halcomb. Welcome. With that, I'd like to welcome Maddie Rankin from the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Maddie?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome each of you to today's U.S. Army Pro Football Hall of Fame event. Thank you also to Principal Wilhelm and Tyler Bellew for allowing us to be here today at Hamilton High School. We are proud to partner with the U.S. Army. Both highly revered institutions, the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the U.S. Army, are founded on strong values and a commitment to excellence. Together, we have established this award. It's the U.S. Army Pro Football Hall of Fame Award for Excellence program. And this is to honor the nation's top sophomore, junior, and senior level athletes. Not only do these athletes excel in their chosen sport, they shine academically, and they are outstanding members of their communities. At the Pro Football Hall of Fame, celebrating excellence is part of our mission, which is to honor the heroes of the game, to preserve its history, promote its values, and to celebrate excellence everywhere. So of the 24,000 players that have played the game professionally, only 266 are in the Hall of Fame today, and Anthony's one of them. So not only do we celebrate excellence, but we know what it's like to be part of an elite team. This spring, the U.S. Army and the Pro Football Hall of Fame have been traveling the country recognizing the top 20 finalists for this award, and we are here today to recognize one of your own for their achievements. This is not only a great honor for Christian, but it's a great honor for the school, the community, and his family. Joining us for the ceremony today is Lieutenant Colonel Nathan Lewis, Sergeant First Class William Linder, and Staff Sergeant John Lamb. And I'd like to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Nathan Lewis to the podium right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maddie. Good afternoon, Big Blue. It's definitely a pleasure to be here today. I'm proud to be joined again by Sergeant First Class William Linder and Staff Sergeant John Lamb. Army soldiers, professional football players, and high school athletes know the importance of adaptability and versatility when working as a team. Whether it's defending your end zone or defending your country, teamwork is essential to accomplishing your objective. But the U.S. Army and the Pro Football Hall of Fame also know to be truly successful requires character, a values-based foundation, and the commitment to reach back and ensure that those who follow you are equally, if not better, prepared to succeed. Through this joint recognition, we have come together to recognize Christian Halcom's academic, community service, and athletic accomplishments, but also to encourage his future aspirations and what he chooses to do next. The student athletes we celebrate through the U.S. Army and Pro Football Hall of Fame Award of Excellence are all integral members of a team, but not just athletic teams, they're also members of their families. They're members of their school, extracurricular activities, and civic organizations. Like every old Army soldier, and certainly every Hall of Fame athlete, they understand the importance of every team member in accomplishing the mission, and that victory is only achieved when everyone does their job and does it well. Anyone can celebrate being the best athletically, but when the U.S. Army and the Pro Football Hall of Fame, two organizations that are founded on strong values, developed this program together, we wanted to celebrate those who strive to not just be great athletes, but outstanding people. By celebrating not just their physical prowess, but academic achievements and civic mindedness, we aren't just celebrating the student athletes, but this community, the parents, the teachers, the coaches, the troop leaders, and the community organizers, all of you who have encouraged, mentored, and supported this fine young man in front of us. Our finalist success could not have been achieved without the support of this outstanding school. We'd like to specially recognize John Wilhelm and Hamilton High School for creating an environment in which students can thrive and become outstanding citizens. Mr. Wilhelm, if you'll join me. On behalf of the U.S. Army, thank you for your dedication to the education of this nation's youth. Additionally, this ceremony wouldn't be happening today if it wasn't for Tyler Ballou, who recognized the excellence that our finalist has displayed. Mr. Ballou, thank you for your contributions to this school and for nominating our deserving finalist, Christian Halcom. Now I'd like to take a moment and introduce a very special guest. It is with true pleasure and a little bit of fear that I introduce our Pro Football Hall of Fame Gold Jacket, Anthony Munoz. Anthony Munoz is a former tackle with the Cincinnati Bengals from 1980 to 1992. He was elected to 11 consecutive Pro Bowls and was named All-Pro 11 straight times from 1981 to 1991. He was named the NFL Offensive Lineman of the Year in 1981, 1987, and 1988. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1998. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Pro Football Hall of Famer Anthony Munoz.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Better. No, I want to thank, first of all, the U.S. Army reps, the entire Pro Football Hall of Fame, of course, Maddie, who's on staff, and especially Big Blue Hamilton High School for letting me participate in today's ceremony. I am proud to be here today as part of the award presentation. The road to the Hall of Fame demands commitment and hard work on and off the playing field. To reach the level of excellence requires a variety of skills, dedication to teamwork, adaptability and versatility, skills instilled in every U.S. Army soldier. That is why this partnership is a perfect fit and why we are pleased to honor today's recipient and pass on some of the lessons that I have learned that hopefully will help you in your given pathway. I was asked just to share a few words. They asked me to basically share a little bit about the necessities and what it took to become successful, not only as a Pro Football Hall of Famer, but success off the field, the road to excellence. You know, the first thing that I have to talk about, and I've met Christian's family, and I see the turnout here today. And I'll never forget back in 1998 when I was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, when I received the word that I was going to be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the first thing that I thought about was not the career that I had the privilege of experiencing. But the first thing I thought about were those individuals that were put in my life to support me, to encourage me, to help me along the road. You know, it's interesting. I hear a lot of times, well, this person is a self-made person. And I chuckle at that. Because if this same person receives recognition or an award and they get up and they talk about this recognition, the first thing they talk about are the people that have helped them along the journey. It was the same, no different from myself when I was inducted back in 1998. I thought about my mom, who raised 5 kids by herself, working 2-3 jobs. I thought about the teachers that instilled not only the academic knowledge, but instilled character and discipline. The coaches that I had. When I think about excellence, I think about the support group, the resources that we all have access to and that we should take advantage of. I think about commitment. For the 13 years that I played for the Cincinnati Bengals, the commitment it took and the discipline. I was committed to not only being drafted by the Bengals, but to play for a long time. I had a lot of personal goals in my life as a member of the Cincinnati Bengals. I wasn't going to be satisfied with just being drafted or just being a member of the football team. I wanted to be committed to being the best. Would I be? I didn't know. But I wanted to exhibit that character and that hard work and work towards that. Having that commitment and the discipline and determination. See, there's a lot of times we can talk about commitment and we can talk about being disciplined, but there's certain things that we have to do on our journey, and sometimes we might not want to do those things. But we have to have the discipline and say, we're going to go out and do those things. One of the examples I use, I grew up in Southern California. I went to school and played at the University of Southern California. I'd never experienced winters. In fact, my senior year, I played in the Rose Bowl January 1st, and it was 82 degrees. So I come to Cincinnati. The last game, my rookie year, we're playing the Cleveland Browns at home, and it's 16 degrees. A little different than growing up in Southern California. Quickly, we made Cincinnati our home, so it meant being disciplined and committed to the off season, going out and running and staying in shape for the upcoming season. And there was days when I'd look outside, and we had that crazy white stuff on the ground. But I had to go out and do it because I knew once July rolled around and I was going to camp, I had to be ready. So a lot of times there's things that we don't want to do that we have to do. We have to be committed. Dedication. Discipline. When I talk about that, it's being a person of character. Can your teammate depend on you? Can you be trustworthy? Can they believe that you're going to be ready if you're sitting next to them and you have to be a team player? You know, I think about also some remarks about what does it mean to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The first word I shared with you is support. The first word I think about when I think about being a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. You heard the number of guys that are in the hall. with over 20,000, 24,000 guys that have played. And I can tell you, I'm number 192 that was inducted. And to me, that's humbling. I think of humility. Being able to say that I'm a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, it's an honor, and I'm thrilled, but great humility. I'm thankful. I will not forget where I came from, the road I had to go through in order to get there. And that's where humility comes from. Not taking things for granted, but an appreciation, a thankful heart. And I've learned about hard work, preparation. And now that I've been retired for years and I'm involved with the non-for-profit and a couple of small companies, I still see that it takes hard work and preparation to stay on top of your craft. And whatever we do, we need to be prepared. And that's what I learned from the NFL and from my days in pro football. And those are the things I think about when I think about the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Dedication. And this last one I'll talk to you about is being the ultimate team player. Being unselfish. Being a selfless leader. Thinking more about your teammates than yourself. And those are the things I learned from all the leaders I've been exposed to. Especially my 13 years with the Bengals, I was around some tremendous leaders. And they were all about the team. They weren't about themselves. They were about preparing, being the best that they could be, and leading their teammates. Either as an owner, as a head coach, or as a teammate out on the football field. So those are the things I share with you that I continue to learn about. Even now that I've been retired from the NFL for 23 years. The things I learned while I was playing this great game of football. In a great community like Cincinnati that I'm a part of. So it's been an honor to be able to share those things with you. And hopefully, if you can just take one of those that I've learned from my mentors and from those that taught me what it meant to prepare, to be dedicated, to be committed, and have the discipline to work towards excellence. I feel like I've done my job here today. But more importantly than that, let's get on to what we're really here for. And it's a relationship that I'm thankful that we have with the U.S. Army and that we can present this award. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce to you your finalists for the U.S. Army Pro Football Hall of Fame Award for Excellence. Christian Holcomb. Okay. Christian is currently a member of Hamilton High School's basketball and baseball teams. Additionally, he excels academically and has been involved in his community by participating in community service projects with Presbyterian Youth Service and Mission. Christian Holcomb, it is my honor to recognize you as a finalist for this prestigious award. On behalf of the U.S. Army and the Pro Football Hall of Fame, please accept this plaque and custom jacket in recognition of your excellence.
This is exciting. I first off just wanted to thank the U.S. Army for supporting high school athletics and academics and recognizing myself and all other finalists for the U.S. Army Pro Football Hall of Fame Award for Excellence. I would like to thank many people here at Hamilton High School. My teachers, my coaches, Mrs. Bridge, Captain Allison, Mr. Wilhelm, and especially Mr. Blue for nominating me for this award and his dedication to student athletics. In addition, I would like to thank the people in our community who have helped me shape my future, including my pastor, John Lewis, Police Chief Scott Skermese, my parents, and all my family. To describe what this award means to me, I'm extremely honored and blessed. But I would not have even had this opportunity without the support of my fellow students and teammates. This award isn't just for me, it's for all of us here. I'm overly grateful for my Big Blue family being there for me every step of the way, and for that I say thank you to you all. The U.S. Army has provided an example of excellence for my family. My grandfather and great uncle both served during World War II, and I will begin my own service in just a little over 2 months attending the United States Military Academy at West Point. I greatly appreciate the Pro Football Hall of Fame and Anthony Munoz for presenting me with this award today. Anthony Munoz has been a great leader of character and integrity in our community, and we thank him for that. And most of all, I would like to thank God for allowing these great people to be in my life. Thank you.
Wow, that's some exciting news, and to hear that Christian is continuing his education at West Point. I know that took a lot of work, not only on his behalf, but also parents Todd and Margot. And I also want to recognize the work that guidance counselor Allison Bridge did with that. If you've ever seen that process or been through a process of applying to a military academy, there's a lot of work that goes into that. And to have that final culmination be rewarded with an appointment to West Point is just fantastic. So congratulations, Christian. You represent your community well there. The winner of the Award for Excellence will be announced on Saturday, August 6th, 2016 at the Pro Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Weekend. So hopefully you'll have leave and be able to attend that. I'd like to thank all of our guests today, including all of our Army representatives, so thank you. And also a special shout out to Anthony Munoz. I don't know if you were following this weekend, but some of our elementary school students from Crawford Woods just spent a weekend through his foundation at their camp. And so not only is Mr. Munoz impacting lives at Big Blue today, but he's also reaching into our elementary schools and impacting the lives of younger students through the Hamilton City School District. So I personally want to thank you for that impact that you make too. And also thank Maddie Rankin for her work through the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Once again, let's give a big round of applause to the U.S. Army for everything our Army team does as we enjoy our freedoms. And finally, one more time for the U.S. Army Pro Football Hall of Fame Award of Excellence finalist, Christian Halcomb.